This is a wintry wonderland out here. The vlog topic today is going to be the essentials you guys are going to need when you go out pan fishing. And you're probably like, Chantabon, dude, we already know how to catch bluegill. We can catch bluegill. But, I mean, a lot of people out there, when I first started out, I'm not going to lie, when I first started out and I, went out to go catch whatever I can catch, I caught things about the size of this. And I felt kind of stupid, and I felt, I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to catch fish the size of Scott Martin or, any of the big professional people. And I just want to give tips to you guys, because there might be people out there watching this and they're like, I don't know how to fish. I want to learn how to fish, and I am the fisherman to teach you guys how to catch some panfish. There's a lot of essentials that go into pan fishing. Now, you guys know every fisherman is different. I, on the other hand, am very, very far from a normal fisherman at all. Any of the fishermen that I do go out with, sorry guys, I'm actually holding my camera today to talk to you guys. Any of the fishermen that I actually do go out with, they use a lot of, night crawlers. They'll use a lot of big swim baits. They'll use a lot of things that I normally won't use. But specifically, let's talk about pan fishing. I have multiple essentials that I always carry with me. And anybody who is a beginner fisherman, you're probably watching this video because you don't know how to fish, but it's okay. I'm here to teach you. So first and foremost, let's talk about the kind of bait you're going to use. I normally and always will swear by these, are the wax worms. I always use wax worms for pan fishing because they work. And thank you, DMF, for always providing me with this luxury right here to go fishing with. I choose wax worms because they are, something that panfish love to go after. And I noticed that when I first started fishing, true story, first started fishing, I used to use night crawlers because that's all I've ever seen my aunts and uncles use. And then one day I sat down with my Uncle Sith and I was like, how do you catch a bunch of bluegill? How do you catch a bunch of crappie? He said, the trick really is to use wax worms. And then ever since then, I've always used wax worms. I've even caught bass on wax worms. So therefore, it is something that you will definitely need to pick up if you're a beginner fisherman and you want to go out and catch some kind of fish. Wax worms is the way to go. Trust me. Just trust me on this one. Alright, so next let's talk about the hooks. I use size 6 hooks. I get these from Walmart. They're really cheap, like $1.19. But I'm a budget fisherman, so keep that in mind. Budget fishing is usually the way to go. I mean, you don't have to be a big baller to go out there and catch fish. I mean, look at me. I'm handsome, but I'm not a big baller. Anyways, let's get real and get back to planet Earth, where we live. Not in this little fairy tale land that I think I live in. But anyway, size 6 hook, guys. Size 6 hook. So I can't. It's a tongue twister, really. Size 6 hooks, panfish hooks, are the greatest hooks to use. I never go anything bigger. I never go anywhere smaller. Why? Because they are the perfect size. Put your wax worm on it, rig it up on a normal knot, and bam, throw it in there and see what you can get. Because I can promise you, 9, not even 9, I'll give you 8. 8 out of 10 times you're going to catch a bluegill with this setup. With wax worms in general. 1 out of 10 times it may be a bass, and 1 out of 10 times it's probably going to be a crappie. But so far, those are 2 of the most important things when it comes to pan fishing. You want to use smaller hooks, and you want to use grubs. Moving on, you're probably like, Chantabon, you're talking about small fish here, dude. What gives? Why are you even talking about this? I'm telling you guys. Well, I'm not telling you guys specifically that know how to fish. I'm talking to the guys that don't know how to fish, the ones who have never been fishing before, and to the women who have never been fishing before. When I first met Daniel, Dan the Panfish Man, she had never been legitimately fishing. So I think like in the 2nd month of dating or so, I took her out to the lake and I put her on some fish. And let me tell you, ever since then, she's absolutely loved the sport. She loves going with me, even though she doesn't do it often because of the weather, but she loves it. So all you men out there that are looking for things to do with your lady friend that's outdoorsy and is fun, fishing is the way to go. And if you've never been fishing before, this is a great video to watch because I can give you tips on catching multiple fish to impress the girl. So next, let's talk line. Now, for normal pan fishing, I go from 4 to 6, only because the line is lighter. It can get you out further with lighter baits. And overall, I think the line that I use, I'll show you what I use. I use Trilene, Berkeley's Trilene. I swear by this as well when you go pan fishing because it's a super smooth cast. I love it. I put it on all of my poles at one time, and then when I got to figuring out that I had an ultralight pole, I went ahead and put it on that one as well. And let me tell you, it has been the smoothest and the easiest line to cast. You don't need a 20, 50, 60, 70 pound braid to catch some panfish. You need that for river fishing when you go out and catch the big hybrids or the striped bass or the walleye. But as far as pan fishing goes and what we're talking about today, Trilene 6 pound by Berkeley 6 pound test line will do you some good. Alright, 2 more essentials and I'm just going to shut up. So let's talk about the accessories you're going to use with your line, your pole, your hooks, your worm, all that good stuff. The biggest essential I believe that will help beginner fishermen are definitely these little bobbers here. I use these because they're easy to clamp onto your line. They have these little hinges on them, not hinges, like hooks on them that retract and they hold onto your line. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I use these. I love them. I always lose them, but I love them. It makes it easier to know when you have a bite from a further distance. It's easier to put on to your line versus the ones that I've seen other people use, like the ones that have like the sticks in them. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that kind of like flip whenever it hits the water. Anyways, these are my favorite bobbers to use, so make sure you get you some of these. I promise you that these will be your best friend when you start fishing, for sure. Last but not least, pan fishermen. I cannot stress how essential this last item is. And if you don't have a pair, you better get some because you're always going to need pliers. These are my turtle pliers that I got for Christmas. They were in my box, so I figured I'd show you these. But I have a bigger set. But the pliers are meant to get the hook out of the little fish's mouth, especially if, they swallow. I don't know what it is about, that sounds bad. They swallow, but especially little fish, panfish especially, gosh, I hate it when it happens, but they'll swallow the hooks and you can't get it out. And this little tool right here, if you don't have it, bet your bottom dollars you're going to be ripping the guts out of that fish trying to get that hook out. You might as well just cut the line, take the fish home, and fry her up. But hopefully you guys enjoyed my little rant about things you need to take when you go pan fishing. If you like videos like this, guys, give me a big thumbs up and I'll do more essential videos. I'll do more how-to videos. I might even bring some of you guys on here during the video to tell me, good tips and tricks for our viewers. But anyways, if you guys like videos like this, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Check out all the other videos I've already posted. I swear I'm a little funny. Funny looking, but I'm a little funny. But until next time, guys, tight lines and keep fishing.